Hey girls, Maria Menounos here, author of the Every Girl's Guide to Life. Want to know my best tips and secrets for organization, travel, weight loss, beauty, fashion, and everything else in between? Go to bing.com/Maria and pick up my new book, The Every Girl's Guide to Life.
You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AfterBuzz TV for Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Tonight's host is Jackie Miranne. Joining Jackie will be AfterBuzz co-hosts Pat Lambert and Mari Fagel. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Kardashians news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, Jackie Miranne! Jackie Miranne!
Hey everybody, I'm Jackie Miranne, as you just heard twice, or at least I heard it twice. I'm very excited to get into all the juicy details of tonight's Keeping Up with the Kardashians. No pun intended, Kim's booty. But we have our own family affair going on here tonight on AfterBuzz. So let me introduce my co-hosts on the evening. We have the fabulous Pat Lambert.
Hello, my people. How are you?
Hello, darling. And I love that we have a brother and sister joining us tonight. Sorry, guys, I'm calling you out. We have Molly and Zack Subarsky.
What's up, everyone?
Welcome, guys.
What's going on?
I can feel the
I'm
family
so happy
fighting
to have
already.
you guys. We have a family right here.
It's gonna get heated.
I love it. So, okay, brother and sister, how do you feel about the Kardashians being, you know, I obviously you guys must get along because you're hosting together. So I don't know if I could work with my brother.
All right, well, we'll put it this way. Like the Kardashians, they either love each other 1 second or they hate each other the second. After.
No. Watch out, Zach.
You know what? It's back and
it's
back and forth, but you know it's mostly love. But it's a good fight in once in a while. Keeps everything entertaining.
Oh.
Wow, look at that family moment.
That
was
planned.
really weird.
I think I just got sick.
There
What
you
was
go.
that? Easter morning? Goodness.
Oh boy.
You
Same
don't
way
even
of
see the
life.
family portrait I'm looking at. You know, but
my
I think it's
God.
all real.
I
No
love it.
fake butts
Well,
here.
guys,
Hopefully
we
not.
have...
Maybe Zach.
Sorry, I couldn't help the pun, but we have the juicy details to get into tonight. Of course, like what other show would center around a butt x-ray and have it be entertaining other than the Kardashians?
The story arc was, is her butt real? The sad part is, I really wanted to know. As I think most people really did want to know.
Well, here's the thing that surprised me. I was looking this up because I'm, of course, always been a Kardashians fan, but I was under the impression that Kim had a lot of plastic surgery because I just remember the lipo episode and the Botox catastrophe with the bruising, and I just assumed that I, believed what I've heard in the past, that she's had everything from, implants to injections to whatnot. But, she says that she's never had plastic surgery. Do you guys believe that?
This is Pat's page 6 dissertation on plastic surgery.
Get it, Pat.
Botox doesn't count. That is just sustaining. Butt implants, that's a little bit of homework. I'll give that. That's surgery. Getting your nose chiseled doesn't count. Eye lift, come on. Your eyes get saggy.
We all do it.
Those things to me are sustainability. It's like, like mowing the lawn in your garden. That's just healthy. And that's Pat's dissertation on plastic surgery. New butt, that's some homework. New boobs, that's some homework. Zach, new face, recommended.
I Hopefully I won't go through that. But
So Zach, as the male of this party, I'm not a male.
Pat, you're not giving yourself enough credit, honey.
Oh God, Jackie, you know me. So as you're looking at Kim Kardashian, she turns around and you can't really see anything in either way because the butt is a full moon.
Right.
Do you believe it is real or not? Not before tonight's episode.
I'm believing it's real just because I'm hoping it's real.
You're just hoping. Well, what if it wasn't real? Would that offend you? Like, Jackie, do you get offended by the idea that it would be fake?
Well, I think here's my thing with it. I actually, real or fake, was happy that they were highlighting a beautiful, juicy, healthy body. I mean, plastic surgery or not, at least she wasn't trying to make her butt smaller. So I was just happy with the fact that this was all centering around a healthy body image for everybody watching.
But I will debate you on that one. Kim Kardashian, healthy body image. Maybe she's healthy herself, but think about it. I actually read a big pop culture criticism on Kim Kardashian. No, I love you, Kim, but if you're listening, which you're not,
ditto.
Don't get angry. People say that she signed, in kind of theoretical terms, a patriarchal bargain, which means that she has bought into all the male stereotypes or objectification of the perfect. She's become the perfect woman. And everything that she does in her career, she appeals through sex to men. So much so that she negates things about female empowerment. I'm found sounding like such a feminist. But, like, because she has become the perfect woman, and we look at her body and we say, like, oh, that's like a good, healthy body image. I'm sorry. Fat girls don't look like Kim Kardashian. Like, that's not a normal girl, She's just built with some different clay mold in that thing in different directions than, your typical skinny and small. But that's what others have said about Kim Kardashian, and that's what a lot of people don't like about Kim, is that she's become such a sex icon that she holds women back. Opinions. Bam!
Well, DJ Jesse wants to hop in with an opinion on that.
Yeah, Jesse.
But let's talk about how she became famous.
Oh, good point there.
It's been since the beginning. She's been this sex icon.
I mean, a sex icon. Well, she got famous from the Ray J sex tape.
Right.
Did I watch it?
Of course.
I had to.
We all did.
Guilty.
I'm sorry, Kim.
Zach,
but then
did you watch it?
reason
About 6 times.
your mom is in the room.
Oh,
That's so awkward.
Anywho, whoa, family stuff. But she got famous from that. But the reason the Kardashian show was started was to rebrand this whole image.
Right.
And I'm just kind of trying to debate you, Jackie, on the point about the healthy body image thing. Like, do you think it was rather maybe superficial, that the entire episode was about, is her butt real?
Right, like, are there more important things we could be talking about here?
Is it really, like, that big of a rumor in her life, in the tabloids about her, that her butt is fake, that needed to be done? Or was it, as many things could be, a publicity stunt?
I mean, I agree that we have more important things in our lives to worry about than a whole 30 minutes on if somebody's butt is or isn't real. But if you're a Kardashians fan, I feel like you're cool with it. I mean,
I
you know
enjoyed
what you're signing up for when you turn on the Kardashians.
Do you think that
they have, a great life, but that's what this show has always been about, basically Kim's ass.
And like it was basically the show sub-slogan, Kim's ass will be featured prominently.
Right.
It should be like one of the credits. Like,
and let me say, what about how after every scene where they're going through a whole, ass scandal, the camera zooms in on her ass.
That's like the bumper to commercials.
Right before
Kim
commercial.
Turns, boom.
Yes. I love that.
Molly, let me ask you, how does it make you feel? I mean, what do you think as far as what the tone is setting for women?
Well, I think that, on TV, a lot of people are always very stick skinny, and you wonder, do they ever eat cheeseburgers or cookies or things like that?
That's what I want to know.
And what I love is that, I've heard Kim say in countless articles that she's very into sugar and candy and cookies, and she, always has to be watching her weight, and I kind of like that, refreshing kind of idea that, like, she's normal. Like, she admits she likes to eat. I mean, I like to eat. I'm not stick skinny, but I like to go to the gym as well and, look good. So I kind of feel like, girls look up to her in that sense and realize you can eat what you want, but, working out is also good and staying healthy. And I think she's a great role model
I'm
for
just
that.
amazed by how the butt, like, anatomically, how was she made?
I agree. I agree with that.
That's like,
I think it's crazy that she's in shape.
Her
but she's
frame,
so curvy.
But
so curvy.
She does.
Like,
she
doorways must be such a challenge.
Yes, and she mentions a lot, though. I've heard her say, you know, on countless occasions, that she is always dieting. She is not, you know, those girls that just eat what they want and stay sick skinny.
Right.
So.
Well, I can imagine that other curves would grow, like in other places,
As well.
if there's too many cookies. But, like,
naturally,
you know, if God's going to put a fat in a certain part of your body, God bless what he did with Kim.
And she rocks it.
But my question is, do you think that that was a stunt rather than something real? Like, for example, when Kris took them for a walk and was like, oh, we always go on these, like, mother-daughter walks in public.
Paparazzi.
To, like, and then I'm like,
and
okay.
then there's a paparazzi walking with them.
And I was like, where are they walking? There's no paparazzi on them. And then there are. And I was like, oh, you like to go to walks in public with your famous daughters. Like,
in your gym clothes with your hair down, blown out.
Like, and I am, like, you know, I'm a huge Kardashians fan, and I never really thought that they were fame whoring themselves. But in that moment, I was like, why would you go, like, why don't you go sit by the pool with your kids? Like, why would you go for a walk? Clearly, like, you're going to be photographed, you know. Is that part of the brand? Is that part of what they need to do?
Well, I kind of like how they showed, let's face it, they're the Kardashians. They're famous for just, like,
being famous.
Doing prank calls and getting butt x-rays. So, you know, I feel like with so much going on in their lives, could they have shown more, like, Pat, I know you want more glitz.
The
and
glam
glamour
moments. I want to see Zsa Zsa.
Love it.
I want to see the photo shoots, and I want to see the red carpet.
Kind of like that they had a lifestyle tone to, like, they showed the Pilates in the beginning, and Kourtney, like, saying she has a mom ass and she hasn't worked out in 2 years. And then they show them trying to get more exercise. Like, maybe it was all an attempt to push their Skechers, shape-ups, or whatever their, you know, mother-daughter campaign is.
That's interesting.
Jackie, you're so
They did
smart.
cut to those shoes. I noticed that. So.
Oh, you see that?
Subliminal. I didn't even notice. Damn.
Great call, Jackie.
Kardashians. This is getting deep by the second.
That
Because I
is
thought about this
under the
episode
radar.
out of all of them. Normally, I'm always really entertained by the episodes, but I'm feeling like this season is veering more towards being produced reality.
I
You know,
agree with
like,
that.
why was Chloe in a headdress and riding a giraffe? You know, I know, like, she's crazy or whatever, and that's her personality, but I was kind of like, was this a boring week in the Kardashian world that they needed to be like, let's dress things up and take x-rays of butts
I agree.
and
And
walk
I
outside?
also feel that, you know, all of the girls have kind of, like, created their own characters that they're trying to, like, enhance as the seasons go on. Like, Chloe gets crazier, Kourtney gets more. I don't give a SHIT about anything that we're doing.
You can say shit, but thank
so
you for
Kourtney
spelling
doesn't
it
give a
because I didn't know how.
And, you know, Kim's always kind of touching her hair and trying to be glam. And I think everything just gets more enhanced. And it kind of is, you know, getting to a point where, like, are we really to the point where we're just, like, zooming in on the Skechers?
Well, sometimes
out?
and I think I see it with Kris the most. And Jackie, I don't know if you agree, but sometimes I feel a little bit like she's acting. Like, I think there's, of course, most of it's authentic, but sometimes when she, like, for example, this episode when she brought up the idea of changing her name to Kardashian.
Right.
It seemed in the way that she kind of presented it almost a little bit acted. Like, hi, I'm Kris, and I'm going to introduce the drama part of tonight's episode.
Right. What about, Pat, what about those tears, though? Were those real?
I mean, no, those are real. Like,
Yeah.
once it goes, but
That was
the
an
produced
intense moment.
element of it is...
Right.
I
Well,
wonder.
it seems like, here's what I think.
I don't
I think
mind.
they're kind of getting more produced probably because they are getting busier and they need to set their schedules. Like, today we're going to film you guys doing this. So it probably actually is getting harder to just
You think? That's smart.
film life. And they are, obviously, with all of the branding that they're doing, they have to fit in all of their initiatives. So it is harder to stay natural as it goes on because they have to please so many people and so many brands and all these deals. So, you know, and so actually, though, cut to the second storyline, is this an example of the branding getting out of hand? And just to sort of, you know, explain what we're talking about, storyline number 2 was Kris obviously introduces the idea at Red Carpet, which I kind of loved all of that glam fashion moment. But she says it's a Kardashian world, so it's not unusual. She keeps getting mistaken for being Kris Kardashian. And then, you know, it comes up again, obviously, on their walk, their paparazzi.
The paparazzi walk, the
Their
publicity
glam
walk.
Daughter walk with
I want a
the zoom in
publicity
of the
walk.
Skechers. and the girls kind of freak out. Kendall, obviously, Kim, and then Bruce. Let's get to Bruce confronting Kris on it, because I think this is the most important part, is how Bruce feels about it. And he kind of confronts her and says, when I was a champion, you were all about my name. It was known all around the world, and now here you are, brand. Like, now
I feel
you just
bad
want to
for
follow
Bruce.
your daughter.
And then there's Chloe, who kind of just spells it as,
And I
as
love
it is in
how
a really
Chloe
harsh
comes
way.
in and is like,
Balls
here's about it.
her
And I
out.
love
She was
how
like,
Chloe was the
"You're-"
one to be like, Mom, what are you thinking? She called out that she doesn't have his picture up. She wants to change her name. She's all about the girls.
I liked the harsh verbiage, or the terms that she threw at her mom. And that's what made her cry. She was like about the fame whore idea. She's a groupie, and then she was emasculating her husband. And that's when Kris was like, whoa. I don't think Kris ever spent a moment thinking that deeply about what she was doing to Bruce.
She knew all
Right,
those
I
three
think
things
Chloe
are true.
really called her out. And Zach, I'd love to know, as a guy, as our testosterone on the night, how
You're
would
actually
you
the male expert of the night.
Glad to be here.
How would you feel if your girl was, or your wife, I don't know, I don't want to, assume, but if you had a wife and she wanted to change her name, would you be insulted by this?
I'd be extremely insulted. I mean, that's like something like taking away your name. That's like a big deal to guys, And, I thought he said it right. He didn't even want to, get into the argument. He just kind of felt like, I just got to, throw this away and, see if she comes up and, maybe eventually feels better about it and says, I'm going to stick with the name. But, I think it's kind of ridiculous, I mean, it's not...
I mean, I can understand where she's coming from, because the girls are the ones who are famous, Kim mostly. And I can understand why if people called, they would be like, they would assume she's Mrs. Kardashian. She would assume she's, they don't always know the Jenner thing, or that the other two girls are actually Jenners in the Kardashian family.
That's confusing.
Because it is a brand. Those girls are a brand product in a sense, and she wants to become enfranchised with it because she runs it. So I can understand where she's coming from, but I don't find it so disrespectful.
As a female.
Well, to be honest, I do see how, with my brother's point of view, that it is insulting. However, and this isn't just because he's my brother, I do understand, where Kris is coming from. Kardashian's a big name. It's maybe one of the biggest names out there right now. And, changing it back legally, okay, you know what, maybe that's a little bit harsh. But using it, I didn't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah, as almost a stage name.
It's not the biggest deal in the world, it's not the end-all, be-all.
Right.
But, I mean, it's like that initial hit of him thinking that, his wife's not keeping the Jenner name. I could see why he'd be a little bit angry.
He was very coy about it. He was just kind of like, it's not one of those arguments that I'm going to win. And I also think it was because Kris is so rooted in business. And Kris is not just their manager or publicist. She's also one of the stars of the show. She's
she's everything.
One of the stars of the show. So she's almost entitled to some of that spotlight. She worked for the show as much as those girls do, if not more.
Shout out to Kris.
She's just as
Jenner
entertaining.
/Kardashian.
Well, here's my thing. If she's been doing it, you're in season 6. It's not like you're in season 2, and it's getting confusing. If you've been able to build this empire as Kris Jenner and Jenner Communication, which I actually didn't even know she went by.
I didn't know
Jenner
that existed.
Communications.
I
like that. But you're in season 6. You're a huge empire, multi-million-dollar business. I think you're going to be okay. I can understand if she says whatever. If somebody says her name is Kris Kardashian and she doesn't correct them, whatever, fine. It's not a big deal. Stage-wise, yes, let it go, probably. But I feel like this storyline was just totally unnecessary and a slap in the face to Bruce, because I really actually liked how Chloe called her mom out, because I really felt bad for Bruce by the end of the episode. He seems like a good dad, and he seems like he needs a little more loving.
But how episodic, word choice,
okay,
was that the structure of the show, that she introduces the dilemma, then there's multiple scenes of reactions to that, and then there was kind of the end call to action where she puts the photo back on the wall. Did it not just seem too perfect of a sequence? It seems like all of the episodes now are like the last one, which was you're too business oriented, ends in the family dinner. They're just so
family
well put together in a sense. They have some sort of structural
they perfectly
fluency.
Fight, make up, debate, fight again,
episode.
and then make up, and then it's the dinner.
And I
and
also
then it's
wonder
the next
when
episode.
they're shooting these things, because don't these girls have things to do? Like when would Kim Kardashian have time for a butt X-ray?
Yeah.
Ain't she like all over
that
the map?
confused me.
Where are the premieres? Where are the heels? I want to see her getting dresses.
Same.
We want more glam. We want more Zsa
Just
Zsa,
like
right?
fashion.
I'm like, I love the family, and I think that's the runner of the show. But I am always interested, like, what do these girls do? Because we haven't actually seen them do anything on the show other than Kourtney like eat at her house, Khloe play dress up at her house, and Kim drive places. You know, like we haven't seen what it's like to be them now that they are them. You know.
You're right. It's almost like it doesn't fit now. Like they got away with it in the first couple of seasons
because they were building.
They weren't like a huge empire, and now it's like, okay, today's schedule is you sit around and act like you do nothing for the cameras, and and it's like, why not show what they're actually doing?
Like the other one, like the runner of the previous season was that Khloe had to fly to Miami and had this relationship, and she was so concerned about her radio show, and it was a big stress on her. Like that was enjoyable. It was enjoyable to see what it was like when she drove past her billboard for the first time. You know, what that meant for, because we see it, we eat it as consumers of pop culture. But what's it like for the person making that, or the person who is the pop culture icon? You know, like Kim Kardashian. What is she up to? You know?
And it's a reality show on their lives. So, of course, obviously we love seeing them all at the same house having dinner together. But, it's also great to see, Kim getting on the plane and going, wherever to see Kris Humphries.
And maybe they choose, maybe this is a producer's thing, they choose to edit that out because they don't want to lose.
I mean, they must edit it out, right? I mean, they have to be traveling all the time.
Maybe they don't want it in the show because they want to keep the show grounded. Because we enjoy watching it. Because we see our family and their family.
Right.
And you wouldn't when you see them flying VIP and on red carpets.
Maybe they're trying to relate more to, the average, family life, which, I think that...
You think, Jackie?
Well, I'm. You know what I want to know as far as their average family dinners that they've been having this season? Molly and Zach, as brother and sister, do you have family dinners like they do?
You know what?
I'm dying to know if you have Zsa Zsa. Does anybody else have these, like... in-house chef family dinners?
You know what? You say catered. Our father happens to be a caterer, so we have their meals.
We got
times
big meals
about
going
5,
on.
I would say. And we're one of very, very few families, I think, that do family dinners all the time. Great food, but I think that most people don't do that. And sometimes, like when we're all, when we were in high school and stuff, and our parents were working, like. Everyone would be eating at different times. Every hour, someone else would be sitting alone at the dinner table. But then once a week, everyone would get together,
Our mother actually declared a Monday night dinner when we were in high school because we were all doing different things, and Zach was going to play basketball, and I was at dance, and she said, Monday night at 7 o'clock, everyone be at the table, and if you aren't here, there will be consequences. So we had to have that.
You've pointed out something very good about the show, then. Then this is probably why the show doesn't put them on the planes, trains, and buses. Whoa.
Right. They want
because they want to see that family stuff. Families want to see when they sit down for the meal. They want to see their conflicts. They want to see them fight like sisters. They want to see the mother get in trouble with the brother. Like they want to see that.
I know, and I think it's the perfect family show. Like half about a butt X-ray. You sit down with your kids and look at Kim's butt for a half hour, and then you see the family dinner. I mean, it couldn't be more of a family-oriented show.
And they're all extremely inappropriate in front of each other. Like they're talking about Kim's nude pictures, and Rob, who wasn't in the episode tonight, which I was surprised about. We missed him.
Didn't you guys feel like we were missing the guys tonight?
Yes, I thought it was all about the girls tonight.
Even Bruce was backseating it. He was like, "Oh, whatever happens."
We missed Rob and Kris and Lamar.
Kris and Lamar, the trucks that they are.
We love
I miss them.
Molly, who do you think is the cutest couple of all the? Because guys, I know you don't. I mean, you don't really dish about this stuff. But who do you think makes the cutest couple on the show?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I loved Khloe and Lamar forever. But I have to say, from the first episode, when I saw Kris and Kim sitting at that dinner table sharing their food and burping in each other's faces.
Okay, let's not go there.
Disgusting.
Jackie, see, Zach agrees.
Well,
see, look at that. I was never okay with that.
I think that. Okay, fine. When Kris came out of the elevator and Kim went and jumped in his arms, I thought to myself, they are just adorable. Yeah. So they are my favorite officially.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, they obviously reveal. And that that cuts into our news and gossip, so we can just reveal it right now that Kim's butt is 100% real.
Yay for Kim!
The news of the century.
So where was Kris? Wasn't there, right? Unless I'm missing something.
No,
I'm pretty sure
there.
that Kris has probably tested that theory and figured it out himself.
We could
That's
ask
true.
him.
He's
He-
probably like, that's old news to me. Forget it. I have the first-hand feel. And speaking of that, did anybody else think the doctor was a little too excited?
That was the greatest thing.
That was amazing.
I was like, this must be a dream come true. Like, hi, doctor, I'm Kim Kardashian. I'd like you to feel up my butt today and take pictures of it. And the guy was like, okay.
He had the biggest smile on his face.
Like, you know, I would go to medical school just for that one day at work.
Sure, Zach would too.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good to me, to be honest.
Like, he walked in the room and Chloe's like playing with things. Like, I remember playing with things in the doctor's office and they'd be like, put that down. Like, Chloe gets away with it all
Right.
for. But Kim was
Zach,
like,
do you
I
feel
just.
like...
Go for it.
No, go ahead. Do you feel like, Zach, as a guy, like,
Yeah.
is Kim
As a
Kardashian,
guy.
like, your ultimate sex symbol? or
She's top 3 in my opinion.
Oh, you know,
Ultimate
Zach's got
sex
standing
Damn.
here. You haven't seen a picture of Zach right here, you know?
Yeah, right.
This boy is a high school heartthrob.
Oh, come on.
Oh!
This
Got
boy
it.
could be a new reject on Glee any day.
Throw me on there. Throw me on there. No, you know what? Kim Kardashian, I mean, she's a gorgeous girl. I mean, she's
a
like,
gorgeous
she's every
girl.
guy's dream.
She's a gorgeous girl.
In my
says
opinion,
Zach.
she is.
Who else are in the top 3?
Top 3, I mean, you don't put me on the spot here.
Got Betty White.
I put, in my opinion,
Alba?
Jessica Alba. How'd you know?
Oh my God! I
Look
knew
at
it. I
this
knew it was
family.
Alba.
It's kind of the other way. She seems like such like a great, kind of
She
sweet,
lacks the
naughty,
butt.
nice kind of girl. Yeah, but I mean, her body's, you know, outstanding. So I put her in there. I throw, I don't know, like Megan Fox or something in there. too.
Megan
I'd throw
Fox.
Megan Fox. You know, I throw her
Not
in the
bad.
bunch.
It's not a
you
bad
know?
3. I'll take one
I'll
of those
take
3.
one of those.
maybe.
Sick body
yeah.
on her, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good variety there. I'll give you that.
See,
I don't know if I'm a Megan Fox.
I'm more of an Ann Curry. You know, I want something to talk about.
Okay.
You know, I want to
Ann
know
Curry,
what's
I love
happening. You male representing males.
I can't
don't
believe
need
you
to know.
didn't say Kate Hudson. We love her.
I can't believe
Well,
she didn't choose a
she's
Pulitzer
a
Prize
kid.
She's
winner.
got
She's
it
up there,
all.
too,
She's
yeah.
so cute.
Why not Katy Perry? I'm a big Katy Perry
Katy
person.
Perry's good. Yeah.
I know
she's-
Katy very well.
California
Yeah.
Girls on his iPod.
That's
There you
not
go.
true.
Oh my God.
So I gotta
This
be honest,
is the
that's just
Zach
not-
exclusive.
Just not true. But
Didn't even know I was doing the show today, and all of a sudden you're a star.
exactly.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
Bringing
got
you
an
Zach.
exclusive there.
This is the exclusive
I
of
love
Zach.
it.
I like that.
With revelations by his sister,
Well,
his gay best friend,
obviously,
Aunt Jackie.
you know, maybe you can get your hands on Kim Kardashian's butt one of these days.
You know what?
never know.
You can, the
If
wax
I'm
figure.
lucky
Have you seen the
enough.
wax figure?
Oh, the wax figure.
Yep, she
Well,
has-
I don't know if that would be as satisfying, though.
Well, but the thing is, her and J-Lo have a similar thing. At J-Lo, because she's known for her butt, you can actually touch her butt when you walk past it in the wax museum, and her cheeks will blush.
Oh, wow.
They didn't do the same. It's the coolest little. I've literally rubbed it all day. I was like, it's a genie in a bottle, baby. On
Oh
the move
my
inside
God,
the
I
left
love it.
one.
Well, you know, they really do grab each other a lot, too, by the way. I
Yeah.
mean, they were shaking each other's
Oh
things.
my
like-
God, touching the boobs and the ass.
Great
and
TV.
Those sisters are close, you know. That's their
And
new
I
sex
was
tape.
actually, was anybody else a little surprised? I didn't know Courtney actually had breast implants.
Neither did I.
I did.
And if I saw them, I would also think,
Fact.
wouldn't you want to go a little bigger? I'm sorry. I'm just. That's. I know.
Ooh.
I'm not saying. I was just. They didn't look.
Burned.
I am an all cup size equality man. I accept all. But I'm sorry. I was
God,
looking
I
at them
love
and
it.
I was like, wouldn't, if you're gonna put the money in, aren't you gonna like, you know,
Well, she's so small.
wouldn't you
Well,
buy
let
the
me ask
Corvette
you,
instead of
Zach,
buying
how
the
do you
Toyota?
feel
I
about,
would.
Huh?
Like, how do you feel about real versus fake anything? on
I
a girl?
believe.
Oh,
What do I
boy.
think the difference between real and fake is? Well, it's interpretable. I think if you are confident enough to make them real, they're real. To me,
one way
anything
to
is
go.
real if you can
Zach,
act it.
how do you feel about that?
I mean, you got to choose real over fake, but I mean, like you said, if
I
you're-
mean, I don't think that every girl. It sets a bad precedent that every girl has to go out there and get a new butt and boobs.
Right.
But if it's what makes you more confident, and if you're not smart enough to compensate, and you need a big butt to get your attention, you know, put your energy in books first. But
That's
if
a
buck,
good point.
if your
Work
butt
with what
comes
you
along,
got.
whatever makes you happy, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
we
Whatever
live in
makes you
America, free
confident,
butts.
Ladies to confidence, whatever you need to do.
You know, I want to
And-
sit down and be like, this is comfy.
I agree with you, Jackie.
Yes. Female power here.
Female
So
power.
I'm all real, but then again, I'm an A cup, so whatever. So
That's
And you
But
worked
I'm
that,
confident.
Jackie.
You know, it's what's
what's
up.
that?
But Courtney, this is the wrong kind of diatribe, but I'm guessing it's a B.
I'm going with C.
You're going with a C. I'm going with a meek C.
I've
like a
seen
C
her-
that you got in 5th grade and you were like, doesn't really count.
Okay, she's in a bikini in almost every magazine. I'm going C. Want to make a bet?
Zach.
I go C.
I go C.
A confidence C.
Zach
Subarsky stick
one
together.
time Googled a booby and he knows.
One
time he saw it.
Have to test that in person before he.
One time he walked past a women's health magazine.
So let's
at
just
CVS.
review here. I'm grabbing Courtney's breasts and I'm grabbing Kim's butt.
Zach,
I mean, that's
little
just,
did you know
I'm
he
gonna
would become
hate
our
that.
poster child male.
All right.
God, thank God we're not printing any posters.
Don't say that too loudly because we're trying to get them to join us on the show, and they may get a little.
This is called hazing.
Zach won't be here.
I won't be here for that, girl.
I'm
So don't
just
worry about it. Or I could be. No, I'm
Well,
just kidding.
okay.
But back to the
episode
Kardashians.
Ended on a nice note, though. Okay,
Yeah.
Bruce got what he deserved. He got his portrait up on the wall.
Love that.
What did you think of that portrait wall, everybody? By the way,
Fabulous.
I mean, everyone's gorgeous.
The only thing that's better than a hallway filled with pictures of yourself is a hallway full of mirrors. In my
I like the mirrors,
opinion.
to be honest.
I mean, they're all simply just fabulous people.
I mean, my mother, like, the picture she put up on her hallway, I was like, boo, if an agent ever come over here, I ain't ever getting signed.
Oh boy,
That wall is a wall of fame.
And I love their little black. They're so intense, like the black and white,
black and white.
the sepia tone.
Sepia
They
tone.
gotta say Zsa
The
Zsa.
frames are like the frames are so Jaja. I'm like every time they walk in that house, I'm like checkerboard floor, huge drapings, Egyptian cotton, orchids. I'm like literally everything that I can't afford at Bed Bath and Beyond is beyond inside that house.
The average family house.
they're
The
way
average
past
family
Bed
house
Bath
right
and
there.
Beyond, honey.
Orchids replaced every week. Excuse me.
Oh my God, I love it. Well, so what are your last thoughts on tonight's booty X-rays and portraits on the wall? Obviously, she didn't change her name. It seems like. So that's
I just want to
good.
say that Kris or Kim actually made the comparison of the Kardashians brand to the Kennedys, and I just want to say,
I was waiting for you to
as
bring
someone
that
who
up.
studies politics, as someone who knows the political scheme of the world, I couldn't agree more right now. The Kennedys, are old news. The Kardashians, that's where the new president is. 2012.
That's where we're at.
No more Michelle
Where we're
Bachman.
at.
Go
Reality
with Kris Jenner
stars
Kardashian.
Are the new Kennedys,
I'm
everybody.
seeing
Pay attention.
Kendall at the,
And
she's,
they are killing it.
they are,
And
the
we
AP
are
News
as
wires all up
important
on
as
it.
CNN and Fox News right here. because we are
CNN,
covering
Fox
them.
News, Countdown with Keith Olbermann. This is the new political scene. The Kardashians.
And I
Chloe
just
and,
have to also,
and Lamar and Kris, they can be the CIA because they're so huge. No one will break down the president.
Oh, we love them.
Kim for
and
president,
I
first
also
female
just have to
president.
point out that I don't know if I've ever heard the Kennedys talk about shoving a hot dog up or eating a hot dog through their asses.
I don't think you were listening to the speeches correctly. Okay, there were definitely some
Twizzler.
euphemisms up in that Kennedy
There was
show.
a Twizzler in there.
Don't ask
That
what the
was
country
weird.
can do for you. Ask what you can fit up my butt. That's what I
Chloe
was
and
reading.
Courtney are getting a little crazy for me, and that headdress just explained everything.
You don't own
Wait,
that
what about-
headdress?
what
Where
about-
have you been? New
what
York
about
just passed
Henry?
gay pride. Hello.
Can we give a shout out to Henry the giraffe? I love him.
I
Poor
own
Henry. He got ridden hard.
You know them Kardashians. I own that headdress. Don't you have that headdress? Aren't you celebrating in New York? Gays are running around the streets.
Pat's wearing one right now.
I have a headdress on every damn day. It's a work
I have
requirement.
to say, I have to admit that I actually do have a headdress because I dressed up like an Indian.
This is
for
where it
Halloween.
is.
So
This
there you
is
go.
where it is, Jackie. I know you
This
too
is the
well.
world we live in today.
This is our world, and as far as the Kardashian world goes, we have some news and gossip, but let's go to a quick commercial first.
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call. 424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
It's television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Find out why AfterBuzz TV is the #1 source for after-show content.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from? Your husband or your best friend?
The wig will come out.
When the TV show is over, get your AfterBuzz on.
Yeah. Sorry, I get excited.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Well, guys, Kim Kardashian was sizzling hot in New York this week in a little black dress for her guest role on Project Runway, a show close to my heart. Fashion and TV mogul herself joined Heidi, Nina, Michael, and the gang for an upcoming episode they shot in Battery Park. Kim chose a simple yet chic LBD little black dress. Every woman should have one for the occasion. And she paired it with her towering signature Christian Louboutins. And she completed the look with her sleek ponytail and hoop earrings, not to mention that enormous rock on her finger. But I was very interested to hear that Kim has been hitting the gym very hard to make sure her body is as stunning as that ring on her finger. And we were talking about this. The reality star actually broadcast her wedding weight loss plan to her fans on Twitter earlier this week. And Kim has actually talked openly about her body struggles and that she constantly has to watch what she eats. She said herself, "I'm on a diet and I need to be because I love to eat. I love Kit Kats, cookies and cream ice cream. I need sugar like 5 times a day." So on a side note, by the way, guys, as she was filming Project Runway, she accidentally pulled a Britney and flashed her knickers on the set. Tried to use her pop card as a cover-up, but the cameras got a sneak peek of her lacy white undies anyway.
Well, it's not hard to see that. Just get on Google. Bing.
Yeah, you need to get on Google, guys, and see the flash. But what did you think? I mean, so she obviously, do you think she looks great? So if she's dieting and she's being healthy about it, then I think that she should be dieting if that's what makes her feel good.
Jackie, I don't know if it's the cadence or the tone of your voice, but when you read the things that she wears, it is masturbatory for me. Just when you said Louboutin, it was a climax. I'm just wondering, was it the little Gucci dress or the little Gucci dress, as Posh Spice once said? Hashtag LBD little black dress. I mean, mine is from Christian Dior. And Beyonce has a very similar comment to Kim Kardashian. She also commented that she, like Kim, has a fat girl inside just waiting to bust out. Thank God for trainers.
I was just going to say that.
You know? Those are two thick ladies.
God bless both of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think she looked, if you saw those pictures of her, I mean, okay, we wear short dresses, and I have to give her credit. It is very hard to sit down in a short dress and try and not show your lady parts.
Hey, man, sister, you know? Or
I'm
show
not so upset about the Britney flash. What do you guys...
Sharon Stone it, you know?
That's right.
Switch those legs, you know?
Zach, I'm sure you didn't mind, right?
I thought it was great, actually, to be honest with you.
Yeah, actually, Zach actually thinks it was really great. He really liked the white lacy panties. He prefers pink, but white's fine with Zach. Zach likes girls. Zach likes girls, and girls are so cute. Zach likes girls. I'm Zach.
No, but I think I agree, Pat. Like, that's a good point to bring up the Beyonce thing because they have to keep track of their bodies, and it doesn't come naturally. And I think that the fact that they put work into it is, you know, I think that's great. And if that's what they need to do to feel great and look great, then as long as they're being healthy about it, then more power to them.
You know, the only difference between Kim and I, and there's very few differences, you'd be amazed, is that, you know, she likes her Kit Kats or Reese's, which, you know, I never dabble with, you know, as a beauty myself, as a beauty queen myself. But the difference is when she goes to the gym, she goes with a trainer. When I go to the gym, it's really just me watching the Kardashians while chewing with my best friends Ben and Jerry.
Oh.
You know,
I love
fish food, best flavor.
I know it all too well.
Thank you, amen. But how
well,
does
I have
she?
to give her credit for wearing her little black dress and looking very chic and put together because I know that Project Runway crowd personally. Not to plug
yes,
myself.
Yes, you do. I didn't even make that correlation.
I know they can be harsh, so I think she chose the right look for
Disclaimer for those who are not reading into Jackie's humble or humility. Jackie is actually one of the models from Project Runway. Hello,
yes,
Jackie.
She is.
She knows Project Runway quite well, including the runway of it.
She is.
Darling.
You're just too modest, Jackie.
And you know, they always have to stand there in those little black dresses, or like, what are those? Like, where do you buy those? You know, those little black things that you wear?
All I have to say is, well, hello, Victoria's Secret brand management.
Oh, hello.
But I have to say that there's a lot more going on that stage than you'd expect. I'm just proud of myself that I didn't faint in front of the most famous people in fashion. So
See, Jackie, that's where you had it wrong. You should have fainted, fallen, sued, and then, page 6. And then you could have just spurred that into a whole,
that's all I'm going to say.
Keeping Up with Jackie. You could call it Jackie O, just like Kennedy's Kardashians. It could have been a big thing.
And Pat's going to produce it.
Star in.
I love it. I love
Star
this idea.
in and produce.
I just wish I could have worn Louboutins when I was on the show because they did have a great shoe closet, but Kim is always flashing those Louboutins. So.
And Kim comes from like a fashion, like that was her original claim to fame. Before the sex scandal, she was like the eBay flipper. Like she went into celebrities' closets, reorganized them, and then sold their things.
I was going to say that before we had the intro of the Ray J tape. I remember her being, that fashion icon.
Yeah, and if anyone has seen Maria Menounos' closet, which there's some great YouTube videos out there about how she organizes that closet. Girlfriend, I mean, Maria, she is crazy, certifiably. If you look at that closet, 1, you will die in envy. 2, you will know that she's superhuman. Her jeans are categorized in 1, my favorite category, which I think Kim also has, the two are friends, is ambiguously sized. On those days that you're fluctuating between, like, I don't know if I'm fat or skinny today. And I have 12 jeans. I have 12 jeans to tell me what I think. Maria Menounos, crazy as Kim.
Honestly, that's why Maria's book, let's all just talk about that for a second, Every Girl's Guide to Life.
The one that I'm flipping.
Everyone pick one up.
Oh, I'm just happened to be on page 278 because I'm crazy and I wrote 300 pages because I'm Maria Menounos. In my free time.
They're so good, aren't they, guys? I mean, it's like, even a New York girl like me, I find something on every page that's like useful.
I don't know how to read, and picture books tend to be my thing. She's taught me how to read by writing a book,
All your questions are simply answered. It's an amazing book.
Yeah.
Simply, there's dissertations on how to pluck your eyebrows. It's amazing!
It's amazing, and we'll have to all be checking out that Project Runway episode. But another thing, guys, that's shaken up the Kardashians is Lamar Odom. Although he has been in the Los Angeles area for his entire NBA career, it's reported that the Lakers are shopping him around during the current NBA draft.
Terrible idea.
Sports Illustrated has
got the basketball fan.
Boom!
Get
we got some basketball up in the house.
Let's do it, Zach.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I like girls, and I also like basketball too.
Ooh, sum me up so well.
Okay,
so Sports Illustrated has reported it's possibly to Philadelphia. CBS reporting Lakers-Warriors trade, and LA Times saying the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Well, that's a waste of time.
So, where do you think Khloe Kardashian would be able to handle herself?
Khloe Kardashian is not a Minnesota girl.
Definitely not.
I don't think anyone's in Minnesota. No offense to all you Minnesotians out there.
They're all listening right now. They've recently got the internet and they're all listening.
You know what? They're probably not listening. That's why I'm going to go call them out. But
wait, okay, so teams. So wait, I'll admit. Oh, he plays basketball, which is a sport, and he plays on a team, which is which one?
Big time team, Los Angeles Lakers.
He's on the Lakers.
Oh yeah,
Why would you leave the Lakers?
You know what?
Don't they do well?
You wouldn't.
You could ask him. He doesn't want to go anywhere, but
does he become the star if he trades? That's always weird to me.
There's
that,
no
people are
stars.
Traded to teams.
There's no stars.
There's
in
no
Minnesota.
stars.
There's
$7
stars
million
in LA.
a year.
There's stars in LA. In Minnesota, you kind of just get in with the rest of the pack.
Like if he goes in the Minnesota team, I know nothing about 1, the state of Minnesota, and 2, the teams in which they reside.
He will be a big time star there.
Well, but will he take the team far?
You know what? 6th man of the year last year. Guy's 6'10", crazy athlete. I mean, he's unbelievable. The Lakers would be foolish to get rid of him.
Well, Khloe, if you have to move to Minnesota, you can always find another Lamar.
Sorry,
whoa! Yeah. You can take the girl out of LA, but you can't keep her there. Mm-hmm.
Well, let me ask you, do you think that would hurt or help their spin-off series?
If it's placed in Minnesota, I would watch that. Because I would want to know
I would like to see what would happen, because he went as far as saying he's a reality star husband, honey. So I'd like to see
I loved that.
I love that quote.
That would be really, she can't relocate out of one of those 2 cities.
That's not happening.
She can't she couldn't even relocate to Miami
So to answer your question, Jackie, that would create conflict and add to the show. Maybe
that would be huge.
Yeah.
If he's in Minnesota, love can only go so far, I'm sorry. I love those Army wives, and I especially love the show on Lifetime, but how long can you wait for a guy when he's out?
Show on Lifetime.
Out doing a show somewhere, doing his thing somewhere else. I don't know about you, Zach, but I can't wait for my guy forever.
No.
Oh, Zach,
I've been
waiting 20 years for you.
Well, guys, we'll have to wait and see, I guess.
I know.
And
Bidding
Chloe
war.
will just have to deal with it. And we may all have to deal with it. But,
That's
of
what's more
course, our
important.
last story of the evening was played out along the whole episode, but we all know this by now that Kim Kardashian's trunk is 100% real. And I just have to say this because it's a funny line. The crack detective on the case was Kardashian's sister, Khloe, tweeting about it, saying the proof is in the x-ray. Kim's ass is 100% real. That's the moral of tonight's story,
Moral of
everybody.
this, that's the moral of this year.
Congratulations, Kim.
But
we were
also,
behind
Kim,
you all along.
other congratulations in order. Kim hit 8 million followers as of Friday.
Oh.
So,
See, look at
followers
that.
on Twitter,
You got that
8
right
million
here.
followers.
Anybody got more than her?
Huh?
Anybody have more followers than her?
Yes,
I'll
it
give you
goes.
one.
Lady Gaga's got 10.
Right?
She's at 10.5.
Justin Bieber
Britney's
just
at
passed
9.7.
Bieber
and
fever.
then it's Kim Kardashian, Bieber, and then it's like Katy Perry.
Pat is up on his
Don't
Twitter
even
numbers.
Get me up in the Twitter numbers.
Zach, step back on that one.
I'm gonna reach 1 million by tomorrow.
All right, guys. Well, that is all for your Kardashian news and gossip this week.
Such an honor.
Kardashian.
And now-
It's really like an exercise of good health to talk about the Kardashians daily.
It really is.
You know, it's like one of those things you wake up in the morning, you do your yoga, and then you're like, I gotta
Let's-
read some of this.
Done.
I need to know.
I
what
agree.
Well, we have to get into our predictions now because there's, of course, lots more to come on this
Cue
season.
scary music.
And I want my scary music. Let's all hear it and pay attention.
I'm Zach, and I like girls and basketball, and I have a lot of predictions for next week. This is my sister, Molly. I'm Zach. Hi, Zach. What do you think is going to happen next week on Kardashians? Do you
Pat,
think
what would the after show be without you? I just
it would
don't know.
It would be a lot of
You can
girls.
never leave us.
It wouldn't. it wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be. They should tell my agent that the show couldn't.
Well, next week's show, it looks like it's all about pressure on Courtney
Dun, dun,
and
dun! Sorry.
Scott. Dun, dun, dun.
First of
Why
all,
are they not tying the knot?
I have to say, I love how Courtney is so. Her strength is overwhelming.
Her strength?
She just tells her mom to shut the fuck up.
Oh, see, that's not that was actually
What
one of my
is that?
notes was, how do these girls talk to their mother like that?
I feel bad for her sometimes.
The first
the mom.
time I said, like, shit while I was mowing the lawn around my mom, I was like, I'm so sorry, Mom, I love you. Like, you still feed me. You know? Like, Margaret. Like, I don't know about you all, but I don't swear in front of my parents. I just don't do it.
Well,
I'm gonna
with
be
a
honest.
controlling mother like that, you have to stand strong. Otherwise, you're just
You have to stand strong. I just like the way that Courtney says things. She's like, Mom, go fuck yourself.
Right, and it's so monotone.
Mom.
It's monotone. She just says, "Well, you can just shut the fuck
then
up."
there's
She's got a great attitude.
Kim, then there's like Kim who's getting her butt done, and then
There's Chloe. I am Chloe.
that's not really what she sounds like. That's my dream, Chloe.
Well, Zach, being, like, are you a bachelor, by the way, or are you tied? I'm guessing you're a bachelor.
He's
You
single,
got it. I'm
ladies.
very single.
Thank you for guessing that I'm a bachelor, because
So,
it is indeed true.
Do you guys, do you want them to get married? I mean, do we care if they get married or what?
I mean,
You actually
whatever.
look like Scott. You kind of have a
You
Scott.
think so?
esque.
I've gotten that before, actually.
Huh?
I've gotten that actually.
I have.
I've gotten that before.
Don't want that. I think they should get married. I mean, you know what?
No.
Once it gets past a certain point, it's kind of like, what's the
What's the
point?
point?
So I understand that, I guess.
No, you never get married because, like, oh, well, like, what's the point? Like,
You know what? Also,
marriage is a union.
Okay.
I just got allowed in New York. It's a big deal.
I think that it makes. I personally think that it makes them less interesting if they get married. I think the whole interesting part of them.
That's why they shouldn't get married.
the
Molly
whole-
will be bored.
No, I think
For the
that I don't
show.
want to be bored. I'm saying for the show that it's funny they have this amazing son Mason, and they're she's gorgeous and he's handsome, but they're not married, and I think that's kind of what people feed off of.
The thing is, I understand her waiting because he's been a hot mess.
Well, apparently she's not sure if he's the
how many?
one.
Okay, what episode are we on, Jackie, for this season?
3.
We are on
Okay.
our third.
We're at 3 episodes out of the 100 that he's been on where he has been behaved. 3 episodes. So
Yeah, we have
I
to
wouldn't
see
be
how
ready
this
for marriage
plays
with him
out.
either.
Guys, Scott Disick is a new man now.
And you never
okay?
pressure someone into marriage. Marriage is something that you enjoy, and you make a moment.
Well, he
you,
did-
You
and he
never
did
get married to
propose.
someone because you're pressured to do
He
it.
proposed last season. Remember, she didn't want to do it.
Yeah, and when
right.
she is ready, she'll propose.
Because he has to have his act together, honey.
Yeah, I mean, she's got her act together. In fact, we're in Act 6, I believe. It's making her quite a bit of money.
Yep.
That's
And
right.
that little playboy who was born into some money, he needs to start proving himself. Sorry,
I
boy.
agree.
You know, Scotty, I think you've come a long way, and I actually like you. This
And you're really hot,
and
but
don't fall in a hole again. Or
yeah,
we'll be very
don't fall in the
disappointed.
hole. You know, a woman. I don't want to see no single moms up in this house. You know. Oh no!
We'll have to wait and find out, everybody. And that's all for your Keeping Up with the Kardashians this week. I'd like to thank my fabulous co-host, Pat Lambert. And Mari and Zach, thank you so Mari, listen to Molly. We're missing Mari Fagel tonight.
Call me
Molly
whatever
and
you
Zach,
want.
thank you so much, guys.
We're so happy to be here.
You know you're watching the
Brother and
Kardashians when it's
sister on the
Sunday.
I love it. Well, I hope you all join us next week, and we'll have much more to dish on Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks, Jackie.
Cha-cha. Cha-cha. Goodbye.
Later.
Bye,
From
guys.
producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.